Thanks. Parking. I do not know. I can check. But I'll be driving, and I think I'm a car, and so far I don't know anyone who's going in my car, but like we can figure that out. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll probably send out like a form tonight just so that way we can figure out who's driving and who needs to be driven. Because I think we're going to be over there instead of over here. But we'll hash those details out as we go. Okay, so I will call grad reps. Let's do grad reps first. If you guys want to talk about Lauren and Dr. Nash, go for it.
Hey guys, this is Luyan. I feel like so great because we are going to have Lauren Powell like for our guest for this Friday speaking from 1 to 2, and she's a program director of Merle Garden, and she like because I think it would be a great chance if you want to work in the senior living industry, like to know like her story and hearing her experiences. It would be really fun and really helpful. And also like for Dr. Nash, oh my God, he's a star professor here. Like for Dr. Nash, like he's a specialist about ageism. And I'm trying to figure out what he's gonna talk for the future meeting. And thank you guys for coming here.
Okay, Anna. Last but not least, for D. Walsh.
Hi, so I'm the undergraduate student rep. John Walsh is going to be talking on Monday the 8th, I believe. So next Monday at 4 o'clock. And he's going to be talking about why he's interested in gerontology and the research he's done. And yeah, it's going to be fun. And it's hybrid, so it'll be in person, but we'll also have like a Zoom link. Yeah.
Cool, thank you. All right. I'm going to toss it to Jilly.
Hi guys, I'm Jillian and I'm the cultural events chair. I hope everyone's having a good Monday so far. If y'all didn't know, today's Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. And as y'all know, the Jarrow School makes it a priority to spread cultural awareness and appreciate diversity through recognizing different cultural holidays. So we would have had a separate event for Dia de los Muertos, but it like conflicted with the GM time. So I'm just gonna talk about it briefly right now. Okay. So what is Dia de los Muertos? It's not Mexican Halloween as many people might think, but it is celebrated by people in Mexico, Latin American countries, and a lot of Mexican Americans as well. It's a multi-day festival where families and friends gather together to celebrate and honor the memory of their deceased loved ones. And because it's believed that it's the one time a year where there's the souls of their departed ancestors come back to Earth and celebrate with them. So November 1st is for the children, and then November 2nd is for adults. Oh, there was another. Okay. Some traditions include families preparing a feast and decorating home altars called ofrendas with food offerings, marigold flowers, and sugar skulls, which are supposed to represent the departed soul and help them navigate their way back to the afterlife. I thought this quote was important right here. Our dead are never dead to us until we have forgotten them, because it basically like sums up like the purpose of the whole holiday and everything. So yeah, happy Dia de los Muertos, everyone. Also, since I coordinate the Peño events for Jarrow, I'm also planning to do Grand Central Market soon. So just keep your eye out on your email for more information regarding that. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to invite our friends from the Emeriti Center to sort of talk about the stuff that they do. So the floor is yours.
Hi, guys. So my name is Helen. I'm a student worker at the Usc Emeriti Center.
Hi, I'm Adrian. I'm a sophomore and I'm also a student worker at the USC Maritime Center.
Oh, yeah, and I'm a junior. So the USC Emeriti Center is a division of the Provost Office, and we mainly work with all the retirees on campus. So. So what is the USC Emeriti Center? So first, we are located at the USC Religious Center in room 103C. If you don't know where that is, it's in between the old University Church and Kaufman. It's a really nice place to hang out, and they often do a lot of events. And we're a really small office, but if you guys ever need advice in regarding your career and things like that, the USC Emeriti Center is here to help you out, especially because we work with retirees and we really want you to be connected to them. So again, the USC Emeriti Center is the home department for all USC retirees. The term emeriti is used as honor for service, and it's given to retired professors that the university distinguished that has done a lot of contributions to the university and wish to continue their contributions after they have retired. So we serve all USC retired faculty, staff, as well as pre-retirees. And we also have subsections of the Emeriti Center, the Emeriti College, the Staff Retirement Association, and the Retired Faculty Association. Essentially, they're just little subcategories that the Emeriti Center has. And the Emeriti College is the Emeriti Center's educational arm, where we give retirees additional resources if they want to continue in academia. So we support both the retiree membership organization, both staff and retired faculty, but we also really want to emphasize that we're an intergenerational community and we want to do our best to help our students, which is why we're here presenting today. So our motto is colleagues for life, multi-generational, multidisciplinary, and multicultural. So ironically, despite having a pretty large, gerontology population, like people majoring in gerontology, a lot of students don't really know that we exist. And despite the fact that we do serve like 3,000 retirees, we do have a lot of student resources to share with you guys. So we've been serving a lot of retirees and things like that, but we haven't had the chance to help out the student population. And so, next slide, please. Our center is run by Dr. Jeanette Brown, and she couldn't be here today, but she wanted me to pass on the message that if you guys have any career advice that you need or anything like that, if you want to just chat, talk about how you want to get into gerontology, career, different things like that. She used to be a career counselor, so she wanted to emphasize and tell you guys that if you need any help, her contact information is up there, and Lois will probably send out these slides anyways, so you guys can have her contact information. So just shoot her an email, and if you want to talk about your career in gerontology and things like that, she is amazing and I love her. So we are also run by our student workers and interns. Fun fact about the USC Emeriti Center, we are completely run by students with the exception of Dr. Brown. So while we're mainly the home department for the USC retirees, we strive to be as intergenerational as possible. Other Emeriti centers like the one in UCLA have a fully staffed office and things like that. I think USC Emeriti Center is the only one that's completely run by students. So if you are interested in being a student worker or a student intern, each like beginning of the semester, Dr. Brown does release like internships as well as student worker positions. So you can go on the USC career website and things like that, and also our Emeriti Center website if you want to work closely with the Emeriti Center. I'll pass this off to Adrian now.
So what exactly do we do at the Maritime Center? That's probably what you're all wondering right now, right? So we're going to get into that. So first of all, we have our intergenerational programs, and these are all programs that some of them run year long, some of them are seasonal, but we love doing all of them. These include the Trojan Table, Trojan Connections, Zoom learning sessions, which we hope to bring in person next semester, technology information events with Gerotech, Caldwell Scholarship events, and distinguished lectures, which are actually hosted by the SRA and the RFA. We also have our health and wellness events, which include actually our Medicare D consultations, which are coming up next week. And so we're very excited to hold those. They happen every year. We have events related to Alzheimer's, sleep, occupational therapy, technology, and more. Going back to the Gerotech events, we have those very often. We have volunteering and partnership opportunities with the Price School of Public Policy, the UCLA Emeriti Retiree Relations Center, Pharmacy, Gerontology, Direct Peck School of Social Work, and more. We also have our Living History Project, which is listed here as Living History recordings, which are videotaped interviews of many key campus contributors from the 1940s to the present. We love doing these. We love recording history and keeping it on our YouTube channel. We have retirement planning. We provide retirees with essential information, resources, advocacy, and let them know of all the privileges they have as retirees and support them in living healthy and purposeful lives. We also have honors and awards to recognize the accomplishments and service of our distinguished staff and faculty retirees, which we are very excited to do. We also have our publications, which Helen works on our newsletter every other month, which is really amazing. You should all check it out. There's one coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. We have books, guides to retirement and higher education, and even more. Our Iim Fund, Intergenerational, Interdisciplinary, Multicultural Fund. We have work study and internships. Obviously, Helen and I are work study students. And then we have one intern. We have one intern this semester. She's great. She is a gerontology student, a gerontology graduate student. And this is the best way to get involved closely with the Emeriti Center. We also offer mentoring and advocacy for retirees, staff, faculty, and students. This is one of the many ways that we keep in contact with our retired faculty and staff. We love keeping in contact with them, we're very receptive to the ideas and suggestions they have. We're always on the phone with them and emailing them. They're really great, and we love interacting with them.
Really quick about the Iim Fund. So if you have a project that fits those three categories, intergenerational, interdisciplinary, and multicultural, the Emeriti Center will actually fund your project. So if you have some sort of project that you think would help retirees, connect retirees to students and things like that, the Emeriti Center will actually help you get that project off the ground. So our major events include, so we have three major categories for our events. The first are the luncheons. This is held at Town and Gown, and we provide food. It's a great way to make connections with the retirees. You get to meet some staff and faculty members. Usually President Folt will make an appearance to these things. Again, it's just a really cool way to make connections with the retirees. It's also just really fun and you get free food. Next is the International Day of the Older Persons, which was October 1st. This is one of like the really big things we plan for because we do a really big collaboration with UCLA, UC Berkeley, advocates for African-American elders, all the big, gerontology and retiree programs in the United States. This year we had a digital wellness panel that talked about digital inequity and how that's ageist. And the panel was actually a really big success. And we had a lot of retirees showed up and it was really cool. It was open to students as well and things like that. But sadly, we didn't get too big of a student population show up. So hopefully now that you guys know about it, you guys can attend more of these events and things like that. And then finally, we have the Arohi Conference. Arohi stands for Association of Retirement Organizations in Higher Education. This is a really big event that we're already planning for. This happened about 3 weeks ago, and it was digital this year, but next year it's going to be held at the USC Hotel. We have a lot of guest speakers show up. It's usually a 3-day event. And next year, we're hoping to get the student population kind of be more involved with the Arohi Conference and just share their ideas on how to help the retiree community. So how can you guys get more involved with the Emeriti Center? There should be one before that one. Thank you. So the very first thing is volunteering. There's Gerotech, which Lois is in charge of. And I don't know if you guys may be involved in Gerotech at all, but they often give the USC Emeriti Center some lectures on technology and things like that. And the retirees really, really appreciate them. Next is we are trying to plan a formal Emeriti Center SGA volunteering program that you guys can kind of get really in depth in volunteering with the Emeriti Centers and helping out our retirees, to just basically come to our events. I feel like there's a misconception with the Maritime Center that it's only restricted to retirees. It's totally not. We love seeing students come in. Dr. Brown is like super happy when she sees a student she hasn't met yet, because she used to be really involved in working with students and she misses that. So please come to our events. Most of our events this year are online and we're hoping to have them in person next year. But just check out our website and sign up for our mailing list, which is the link is on the screen, to keep updated with all our news. So stay updated with our newsletter, website, and social media. There will be a slide with all that information later, but up there is our mailing list if you want to stay updated that way. So our three main goals, and the goal of this presentation is that one, we want to have a better partnership with student organizations, specifically student gerontology organizations. I feel like there's been a slight discord with the Emeriti Center and the student organizations on campus. One, like not many students know who we are. And then two, we want to really emphasize that we're intergenerational, and we want to bridge that gap within the community and help you guys connect to retirees. And then finally is to help students with their career path. So if you're even interested in gerontology, maybe you're not interested in gerontology, we're still here to help you guys no matter what your goals for your career is. So thank you. Do you guys have any questions? That's all. Thanks.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Cool. So that's the Emeriti Center. We'll probably be doing a lot more things with you guys as the fall wraps up and as spring comes around. Can you believe we have 4 weeks left of school? That sucks, but that's also pretty weird. And one of them is for Thanksgiving too, so that also sucks more. Speaking of Gerotech, I'm going to talk about Gerotech for like a minute. So we have our last presentation of the year for the Half Century Trojans, where we'll be talking about the internet. Wow. Okay, well that was anticlimactic. The internet. So we'll be talking about a variety of things. This is sort of like a culmination of everything that Gerotech has done up until this point. And so we've been around, I think, since spring 2020. And so now all the way to fall 2021, we'll try and cover everything that we've done in the past to round out the year before we start planning for our spring 2022 events. So as I've talked about before, pretty straightforward. I mean, you're really just explaining things to older people. I'm not asking you to code anything for them or to explain AI. Like, this is really just how do you download a web browser and navigate it safely. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's figuring out like fake news or like how to get onto social media or, how to, use social media in general or other photo related apps. So very like superficial, nothing too intense. I'm not asking for anyone on the Geek Squad to come through. Just very straightforward stuff. So the QR code is up there if you're interested in the December one specifically. If you're interested in helping us out in the spring, where we'll probably be in person, feel free to just talk to me. Or, oh, there's no email up there. Just talk to me. Yeah. So we are currently in Research and Fellowships Week with the academic AHF. I forgot what they stand for, but AHF does stuff for the university with regards to research. So if you're interested in the Gero Honors Program, the 497 track, you do something with this in the spring, or yeah, usually in the spring symposium. This year, we'll probably be doing like a panel with folks who are currently doing research in Gero. So we have a few PhD students and then a handful of master's and undergraduate students who are willing to speak to the group in terms of like the research they do and to also just recruit for their labs. If you're interested in doing research, just go to that link. It's like a spreadsheet for all of the recruitment that is currently going on at the Gero building. I think that was updated like last month, so there may be a few changes. Okay, Davis is not here, but I will quickly talk about this for a little bit. So essentially, undergraduate buddy system is a buddy system for undergraduates. I mean, it will pair you up with somebody, usually an upperclassman, just to sort of give you the ropes as to what USC is all about and sort of the culture, academics, what classes to take, what classes not to take, what bathrooms to use, what bathrooms not to use on campus, and everything in between. So that's there. If you are interested in our social media, that's also there too. And we also have a remind, which is what we use for like very last minute like reminders because nobody really checks their email for last minute things, but you do check your phone for last minute things. I don't really have any much more to say about that. But yeah, I actually think those are our slides. So yeah, that's it. I mean, any questions, comments, rants, anything about society in general that you have any problems with? Very interesting times to be a Trojan. So hope you are all staying safe to whatever capacity and mentally sane. But yeah, that about does it. Thank you guys for coming. People online, you can't get tacos with us, so have a good night. Be well. Okay, yeah, thank you.